Welcome back to the social class, dear students. This is your 8th standard class. We are going to start a new lesson from geography today, lesson number 5, hazards. So, what is hazards? So, in Tamil we say it is ஆபத்து, right? ஒரு ஆபத்து வரப்போகுது அப்படின்னு சொல்கிறாங்க இல்லையா? That is called as hazard. Okay? So, we are going to see what it is and we'll just see the learning objectives. To learn the meaning of hazard, disaster and catastrophe. Catastrophe is nothing but the same meaning of disaster. So disaster is nothing but பேரழிவு. Okay, so ஒரு ஆபத்து வந்த பிறகு என்ன ஆகும், அந்த இடம் அழிவு ஏற்படும் இல்லையா, பேரழிவு சொல்லுவாங்க. That is called as what? Disaster. Okay, for example excuse me, tsunami warning is given, so that is what? Hazard. Okay, tsunami is going to come, that is called as what? Hazard. Once it comes, what happens? What it makes in that place? It makes disaster. அந்த இடத்த என்ன பண்ணிடுது? சுனாமி பேரழிவுக்கு உட்படுத்திடுது இல்லையா? That is called as what? Disaster. The same meanings comes to catastrophe also. Okay, next, to describe the major types of hazards, their causes and effects. We are going to learn about the types of hazards and its causes and what effects it gives. Okay, third one, to develop awareness regarding hazards and related prevention measures. So what kind of awareness we need to develop regarding hazards? Okay, ஒரு ஆபத்து வருதுன்னா நம்ம எப்படி அதிலிருந்து காப்பாற்றிக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னெச்சரிக்கையாக இருக்கணும். That is called as what? Awareness, right? And the prevention, what prevention we are going to take, that is what we are going to learn in this lesson. Yes, so a small introduction they have given in the lesson. So between teacher and a student. So teacher is telling good morning students, and student good morning teacher once again. And here teacher is taking attendance. Okay, are all present today? They are asking, she's asking. Okay, so Kritika is a student. She answers, no teacher, Shruti is absent today. Okay, she tells Shruti is a student in that class, she's absent. Okay, so teacher is asking, why is she absent today? So Pavitra, another student, is explaining, teacher, don't know, don't you know what happened to her? ஸோ உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஆச்சுன்னு தெரியாதா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பவித்ரா அப்படின்ற ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் டீச்சர் கிட்ட கேட்குறாங்க, ரைட்? ஸோ டீச்சர், நோ மை டியர் சைல்ட், வாட் ஹேப்பன் டு ஹர்? ஸோ Tashmita is another student. She tells, teacher, yesterday while returning home, she was stuck by a big branch of a tree due to heavy rain and got injured. So she tells that Shruti has got stuck in a big branch of tree and she got injured due to rain. Okay, due to rain, tree has fall down and she got stuck in the big branch of tree and she got hurt, injury. Okay, so teacher is answering, replying, oh my god, what a pity. Students, you all must be very careful while moving around to avoid the problems from hazards. So the teacher is warning to the students. So whenever the rainy season comes, so we need to be very careful in order to avoid problems from the hazards. Okay, so Kamalesh is another student. Teacher, what do you mean by hazards? You mean the Belgian football player Hazard? So there is a football player called Hazard, right? So he's asking, what is meant by hazard, teacher? Do you mean that football player? He's asking the question to the teacher. So teacher is answering, no, it is an event which can affect the living and non-living things of earth. I think today is the right day to get into the interesting chapter hazard. So the teacher is explaining to the students that no child, it's an event. Okay, hazard, it's an event or ஒரு சம்பவம், right? Event என்னது? சம்பவம். Okay, that will affect living thing as well as non-living thing on the earth. And the teacher is going to start the new lesson hazard. So likewise we are going to start the new lesson hazards. So hazards I already told you. In Tamil we say it as what? Tell it as ஆபத்து. ஒரு ஆபத்து வரப்போகுதுன்னு சொல்கிறதுக்கு பேர் தான் இந்த hazard. Okay. In the beginning of 21st century, the earth supported a human population that was more numerous and found healthier and wealthier than ever before. At the same time, there were a lack of awareness on the risk that faced by the people. By keeping this in mind, the present lesson of hazards is intended to familiarize the different types of hazards to promote awareness among students regarding hazards. So in the beginning, before the population was increased, okay, our land or our earth was very healthier and wealthier. Okay, at the same time there were very lack of awareness between the people in order to face the risk. So by keeping all this mind, okay, this lesson will be very useful for you, okay, to learn what is hazard and its awareness and what are the measurements that's the government is taking to prevent it. Okay, next hazards are defined as a thing, person, event or factor that poses a threat to people. So what is hazard? This comes in short answer for you. Okay, second paragraph. Hazards are defined as a thing. It's a thing. Okay, defined as a thing, person, event or factor that poses a threat to people, structures or economic assets, and which may cause a disaster. So this is short answer starting from hazards till this causes a disaster. Okay, up to that you have short answer. Okay, so hazards na என்னது? அது ஒரு சம்பவம், ஒரு ஈவெண்ட். இட்ஸ் அன் ஈவெண்ட். ஓகே, பொருளையோ மனுஷனையோ இல்லை சுற்றி உள்ள என்வாயன்மெண்ட்டையோ எல்லாத்தையுமே என்ன பண்ணக்கூடியது? டிசாஸ்டர் பண்ணக்கூடியது தான் என்னது? ஹசார்ட். பேரழிவுக்கு உட்படுத்தக்கூடியது தான் என்னது? ஹசார்ட். ஓகே, hazards are defined as a thing, person, event or factor that possesses a threat to people. நமக்கு ஒரு பயம் வருது இல்லையா, சுனாமி வரப்போகுது அப்படின்னா நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? We tend to get afraid or we tend to get panic, isn't it? Right? It possesses a threat to people. Okay, structure or economic assets, it damages or disaster, it makes disaster. Okay, once it comes, once tsunami hits the surface of the earth, what it happens? It makes what? Disaster. It disasters person, things, economic assets, everything gets disaster, right? Excuse me. They could be either human made or naturally occurring in the environment. So the disaster hazard may be nature or human made. We are going to see that in the lesson. What are they? Got it? The word hazard owes its origin to the word hazard in the old French. Hazard, you can see here, hazard, right? In old French, meaning a game of dice. In Arabic, as hark. In Spanish, hazard. Okay, though the society experiences several types of hazards, it is important for a region to be aware of those threats that are most likely to affect the community most severely. So we need to know how hazards come and disasters give disasters, or it makes more severe damages. Okay, so there are different kinds of hazards are there. We are going to learn what are they in this lesson. Yes, next comes to page number 123. Do you know? The natural hazard is a natural process, an event that is a potential threat to human life and property. So natural hazard is nothing but it possesses out of nature, it comes from nature. Okay, and event that is potential threat to human life and property. It gives threaten to what? our life and our property. Okay, the process and events themselves are not a hazard but become so because of human use of the land. The process and event themselves are not a big hazard, but because of humans' influence, it becomes a disaster. Okay, now a disaster is a hazardous event that occurs over a limited time span in a defined area and causes great damage to property, loss of life, also needs assistance from others. So, what is disaster? Disaster is a hazardous event. ரொம்ப ஆபத்து விளைவிக்கக்கூடிய என்னது ஒரு ஈவெண்ட், ஒரு சம்பவம், ரைட், தட் அக்கர்ஸ் ஓவர் அ லிமிட்டட் டைம் ஸ்பேன் இன் எ டிஃபைன்ட் ஏரியா. ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட நேரத்துக்குள்ள என்ன ஆகிடும், இந்த சம்பவம் நடந்து முடிஞ்சிடும். திஸ் ஈவெண்ட் வில் கெட் ஓவர் வித்தின் அ லிமிட்டட் டைம் ஸ்பேன் in a defined area, in a stipulated area, and it causes what? A great damage to property, even human life, and also others. Okay, that is called as what? Disaster. Last one is catastrophe. A catastrophe is a massive disaster that requires significant expenditure of money and a long time for recovery. Catastrophe is also a disaster. Okay, a sudden disaster that causes great suffering or damage is called as what? Catastrophe. Okay, catastrophe is a massive disaster. ரொம்ப பேரழிவு. ஓகேவா, டிசாஸ்டர்னா அழிவு, catastrophe-ன்றது பேரழிவு. Got it? It's a massive disaster that requires significant expenditure of money and a long time for recovery. அதிகமான பண செலவாகும். அது மாத்திரம் இல்லாமல் என்ன ஆகும், அந்த இடம் மறுபடியும் ரெக்கவர் ஆகிறதுக்கு ரொம்ப காலம் எடுக்கும். That is called as what? Catastrophe. Got it? Okay, this one you have in distinguish between also. Okay, next we'll see types of disaster. Some hazards occur frequently that threat the people. Hazards are classified in different ways. There are two types of hazards. In two ways they have classified here. First one, based on their causes of occurrence. Second one, based on their origin. Okay, now we are going to see the first one, based on their causes of occurrence. What it is? Yes, under that, based on their causes of occurrence, they have given three types of hazards. First one is natural hazards, second one is human made hazards, and third one is socio natural hazards, that is quasi natural hazards. These three hazards comes under what? Based on their causes of occurrence. Okay, so first, hazards can be broadly classified into three types: natural, human made, and socio natural hazards. First one is natural hazards. These are the results of natural processes and man has no role to play in such hazards. So natural hazards completely comes from nature. There is no involvement of man in this. Okay, the main example of natural hazards are earthquakes, floods, cyclonic storms, droughts, landslides, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. So these are natural hazards. What are they? Earthquake, nilanadukam. Okay, this doesn't involve human. Okay, man-made hazard doesn't involve in this, completely natural, right? Second one is floods. Floods is வெள்ளப்பெருக்கு, right? Next one is cyclonic storm, பலத்த புயல். Droughts means வறட்சி. Okay, because of lack of rain. Okay, drought occur, isn't it? Next one, landslide, நிலச்சரிவு. Tsunami, you know what it is. Next, volcanic eruption. Okay, எரிமலைகள் வெடிக்கிறது. இதெல்லாம் என்னது? Natural hazards. Got it? They have given a picture for natural hazards, tsunami picture. Okay, second one, human made hazards. These are caused by undesirable activities of human. So human made hazards caused completely by human. Okay, undesirable activities of human. It can be the result of an accident such as an industrial chemical leak or oil spill or an intentional act. Such hazards can disturb the safety, health, welfare of people and cause damage or destruction to property. The following are the examples of human made hazards. They are explosions, hazardous waste, pollution of air, water and land, dam failures, wars or civil conflicts, and terrorism. So, these are the example of human made hazard. What they are telling, it can result of an accident. An accident is made by whom? Obviously it is human, right? Okay, such as in industries many chemical leakage will happen, that is caused by whom? Human, right? Next, oil spills, okay, என்ன கசிவாகிறது, right? Intentional act, பர்பஸாக ஏதாவது என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, ஃபேக்ட்ரிலேயோ இல்லை இண்டஸ்ட்ரியிலையோ என்ன பண்ணுவாங்க, ஹசார்ட்ஸ் உண்டு பண்ணுவாங்க, ரைட்? ஃபயர், லைக் ஃபயர் மேக்கிங், okay, fire accidents, okay. Such hazards can disturb the safety, health and welfare of the people, right? And it can create damage and destruction for the property also. So what are the examples for human made hazards they have given? Explosion, okay, bomb blast, okay, that is called as explosions. Hazardous waste, அதிகமான வேஸ்ட் பண்ணி நம்ம என்ன பண்ணுறோம், நம்ம லேண்டை வந்து பொல்யூட் ஆக்குறோம், ரைட்? பொல்யூஷன் ஆஃப் ஏர், காற்றுல பொல்யூஷன் நம்ம கலக்கிறோம் இல்லையா, பை மேக்கிங் மெனி ஸ்மோக்ஸ், ரைட்? Water, pollution of water, pollution of land, dam failures, okay, breakage of land dams, wars made by humans, okay, and civil conflicts and terrorism. These all comes under human made hazards. So there are pictures they have given here, you could see picture, right? Okay, next, socio-natural hazards. It is otherwise called as quasi-natural hazards. These are caused by the combined effect of natural forces and misdeeds of humans. Some of the examples are what is it? These are caused by what? Combined effects of natural force as well as misdeeds of human. Okay, what are the examples they have given? First one, the frequency and intensity of floods and droughts may increase due to indiscriminate felling of trees, particularly in the catchment areas of the rivers. Okay, so human is making deforestation. Okay, the humans are cutting down all the trees, okay, nearby the river areas, okay, and many floods, due to floods and droughts, okay, many discrimination is happening because of human. Okay, next one, landslides are caused by natural forces and their frequency and impact may be aggravated as a result of construction of roads, houses, etc. in mountainous areas, excavating tunnels and by mining and quarrying. Next one is storm surge. Hazards may be worsened by the destruction of mangrove forest, right? Smog is a serious problem in most big urban areas. The emission from vehicles and industries, combustion of wood and coal together combined with fog leads to smog. Okay, so second one is based on their origin. So based on their origin, we'll see they have given 8 hazards. Okay, first one is atmospheric hazards. What is atmospheric hazards? Yes, it's tropical storms, thunderstorms, lightning, tornadoes, avalanches, heat waves, fog and forest fire is called as what? Atmospheric hazard. Okay, second one, geologic or seismic hazard. What is it? Earthquakes, tsunamis, landslide and land subsidence is called as what? geologic or seismic hazard. Third one is hydrologic hazards, floods, droughts, coastal erosions, and storm surges. These are hydrological hazards. Fourth one is volcanic hazard. Eruptions and lava flows are called as volcanic hazard. Fifth one is environmental hazard. Pollution of soil or pollution of air, pollution of water, desertification, global warming, and deforestation. Okay, these are what? Environmental hazard. Sixth one is biological hazard. What is biological hazard? Yes, chicken pox, smallpox, AIDS, HIV, okay, killer bees. These are all what? Biological hazards. Okay. Seventh one, technological hazard. What is technological hazard? As materials, incidents, okay, fires, infrastructure failures, okay, bridges, tunnels, dams, nuclear and radiological accidents happens. Okay. And the last one is human induces hazard. Terrorism, bomb blast, war, transportation accidents, and civil disaster. So these are comes under what? Based on their origin hazards. Okay, next one is major hazards in India. Okay, children, we'll just wind up to this. Next class, we shall start from major hazards in India. Thank you and take care.